everybody. Welcome back to Passions Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the soap opera passions. I'm your regular host, LeTara, back today with Dr. Eric Vera, our legal eagle, Karen, and our almighty crane, Michelle. Was that really loud, or was it just really loud in my ears? It was so loud in
fantastic.
My ears.
I'm still traumatized from the time I got booed with Kelly.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all. I see you looking for it again. I saw you.
No, I was gonna give you.
Oh, I'm okay with crickets. That's very Daffy Duck of me too.
Oh,
no,
right.
It's so good to be here again with you all. It's been a fun day. Yeah.
Yeah. We're back for part 2. So if you missed the first half of this episode, go back to shame on you and go back to the episode. you're an episode ahead. You need to go
push
back
yourself
to
down
part
the
1.
stairs and then go listen to the first
go
part.
push yourself down the stairs.
Watch the Ivy Show.
Yes.
No, last episode really was the Ivy Show. I had most of the clips I pulled for the week were were clips of Ivy, pretty much. The only reason I even have Shawise clips is because I was like, well, I guess I need to pull some Shawise clips. Like at a certain point, I was like, oh shit, I guess I should probably pull some clips here. And I will say, Edna has some great moments this week.
Yes, she does, baby.
Edna has some great moments this week. So we're gonna get into the trouble marriages. We're going to get into TC and Eve first, and then we're going to get into Shawise. But we're talking about 921 through 925, everybody. And so buckle up. There's not a ton going on. But, like I said for the last time, for the first half, there's some fun things that happen. Like
character development things.
Yeah, we get some actionable things that happen. So before we get into the episode proper, I would like to give a shout out to all. I don't know. I'm doing an accent. I would like to give a shout out to all the patrons over on Patreon. Thank you to Munashe, Lisa S, Zach, Sid.
To all the patrons in harmony.
No, oh my God. I wonder if I can make, you can use AI to like make different voices. I wonder if I can make like a Tabitha voice to put to
please.
Put on as an FX to put on my board. That would be amazing.
When you put the Boys in the Basement tone on the other day, it made me very happy in the car.
Yeah, let's see. No, not that one.
What's this? Oh yeah, this one. Actually, there's this one too. That's a little bit lower.
Thank the patrons in that voice.
Do it.
Master voice? Okay. Thank you to Munashe, Lisa S, Zach, Sid, Sarana, Randall, Hannah, Camelia, Amanda, Jeanette, Eric, Jamie, Fantasia, Sean, S, Marissa, Maria, Lisa A, Jessica Jean, Laura, Karen, who's here with us today, Uche, Paige, Casey, Garage, Shawnette, Stephen Winthrop, Daisy, Shane, Kelly C, Taylor Harris Crane, DJ Kelly M, Rodo, Lisa R, Acacia. I'm sorry, okay. Acacia, Andrew D, our almighty crane, Andrew C, Jekyll Hyde, our almighty crane, Michelle, who's here with us today, Kendra, Candy, Jill, and Trey.
Thank you all for being patrons.
That was amazing. I think that's the episode, y'all. Way to go. Where can people
We're done.
Right. You are my passion. Oh, wait.
You are my passion for
Can you imagine the voice in the basement singing the theme song?
Oh, God. I'm sorry. That's so
Jekyll Hyde, I spit out my water.
Jekyll Hyde was good. Roto was good.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a towel.
No, it's
She laughing and that voice was awesome.
Yeah, you laughing at the
laugh.
voice.
It made me laugh because I'm hearing it in my, in my head, and I was just like, this sounds like the most mundane thing a demon would have to do. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a demon taking roll call at like in a classroom or something. That's what it felt like.
Please leave all of this in.
Oh, so fun. Oh yeah, that stays. It stays. That's
That-
great.
That was the most polite I've ever heard Tabitha's voice in the basement. The most polite ever.
The boys in the basement. So thank y'all for being patrons. If you would like to be a patron, go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast and sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. And now,
On with the show.
all right. So let's see. What did I say we're talking about first?
Troubled marriages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even
TC and Eve. This girl, just divorce this man. My God.
Yes.
He's not worth it.
A lot of divorces are needed in Harmony right now.
Yeah, bad.
Mhm.
Very badly. So, we pick up and TC and Liz are like walking together, and she's trying to make him more like paranoid about if Eve could possibly be cheating on him, talking about how doctors have such demanding schedules and who's to say if they're really at the hospital or if they're off with their lovers somewhere, right?
I would have clocked that right away and been like, why are you telling me this? This is like a really weird thing to tell me.
You
How
would
did
have
they-
clocked it.
Yeah,
TC doesn't.
He's an idiot. Like,
Sorry.
he's
He
so
is
dense.
so-
bar is very low.
He's
Yeah,
so dumb.
how do they know for certain that their spouse is actually at the hospital, not meeting a lover somewhere?
Like, what a weird thing to say. And so TC
There's a
is
clip
like,
of Family Guy or Ted where somebody's like, who the fuck starts a conversation like that? I think it's Family Guy. That's how I felt when I heard that.
yeah, because TC says to Liz, well, maybe, yeah, but if I trust Eve and if Eve says she's at the hospital, I know she's at the hospital. Cut to them seeing Eve holding hands with David Hastings, of all fucking people, at the book cafe when he thought she should be at the hospital, right? She had told him she was going to be at the hospital. And so he goes over there. He's like, what the hell's going on? Actually, first, Liz is like, oh, come away, TC, and pretends like she's trying to keep him from seeing it, even though she obviously sees that he sees it. But
And is smoking.
she makes a show of trying to make it seem like she's trying to cover for Eve, right?
Mhm.
But TC is like, no, I know what you're trying to do, Liz, and I see my wife. And so he goes over and confronts Eve and David. And so he says, what's going on, Eve? What are you doing here with him? I thought you were at the hospital waiting for Antonio's latest results. Eve says, yeah, I tried to call you. His results came back faster than I anticipated, and I tried to call you. He's like, I haven't missed a call. And then he looks at his phone. He's like, oh, I guess I did. Yeah, you fucking did. Also, you're coming in awfully hot for a man that I caught in bed mere hours ago with Liz.
That I have that written down. So several things. One, I will say I'm happy that Eve has David to talk to, that the two of them have someone to commiserate with. I do appreciate that. It doesn't really go anywhere, but at least they are both in the same boat. And I appreciate that. I don't like David, really, but at least Eve has somebody in her corner because she's got nobody, really. She can't tell
dramatically
Grace anything.
dramatically they need each other, right? Like,
Yes.
because they don't have anybody to talk to about this. And I think I've been calling them the Ivy blackmail support group, and that's basically what basically what is happening there, is like they're sponsoring each other for this like weird AA group.
You know,
Raise your hand if you've been personally victimized by Ivy Crane.
Exactly.
I was watching it and I thought for like a moment, like if they had wanted to keep David on and they wanted to go with a different storyline, I could have seen like after TC, like her and TC left each other, her like dating Dave for a little bit and like just kind of David, I could have seen it like just because they did have like a really good intimate conversation. I would have enjoyed that.
No.
I would have liked him a hell of a lot more if he wasn't pretending to be all goody goody with Grace. No,
Yeah, no. I can't see Eve.
you could play the crickets now.
Okay, gotcha. Let me see.
I did clip you and Maria going,
Yeah. No, I mean,
I bring that out
respect
with
it.
people so much.
I respect it. I respect that. I respect the vision. I just don't agree.
Yeah.
Like, I can't see Eve and David considering that even though Eve has betrayed Grace on so many levels, I don't think she would do it openly,
Yeah.
right? Like, and that would be kind of a betrayal of her.
Yeah.
For sure. So,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have any trouble betraying her behind her back. She just can't do it to her face. That's what's going on with her. But yeah, so they're holding hands because they were having a conversation wherein they were basically supporting each other through this blackmailing that's happening to the both of them. We can call it blackmailed anonymous, BA instead of AA. And so she says she tried to call him. He says he didn't see a missed call, but then he sees that in fact she did try to call him. But then he's like, but that still doesn't explain why you were holding David's hand. David tries to interject on her behalf, and TC kind of swats him away. And this is where I said, like, he makes a big deal about this, even though Eve just caught him in bed with Liz mere hours earlier. And then he pulls her to the side and demands to know the truth. He takes Eve to the side. He's like, I need to have a private conversation with my wife. They have the longest conversation where I've never seen a conversation be such a nothing burger in my entire life. It was so crazy how long that little conversation just dragged on and on and on before we ever got to any real information. It was just TC saying, honey, tell me what's been going on. Tell me what's going on. And Eve saying, oh, honey, I'm just been under a lot of pressure. And David understands that he understands some of the pressure that I was under. And they do that back and forth for 3 episodes. Yeah. It was asinine. It was so irritating. But eventually, I wrote.
I heard eventually.
But what I wrote was this convo really just drags for a while. It's the soap opera equivalent of vamping. Like, you ever go to a show or something where they just like like they're just vamping the music, and that's exactly what was happening in soap opera. In this soap opera, it's just like they're vamping for time. We're filling for time. That's what's happening. But yeah, they had the same 2 lines over and over again.
I just want to, you said this, but just to drive home, TC asks Liz's opinion about some of the things that are going on. And I think that's, just to agree with you, you were in bed with her last night. Eve didn't, Eve was upset, but you are just ugly towards her over this.
Yeah.
They're in public, she's a public figure in Harmony, out at a coffee shop. This is not anything to be threatened by.
Yeah, he had no reason to be so nasty to her about this, but he is, because he's nasty. So yeah, they keep repeating the same 2 lines over and over again. He asks her why she's so upset and what's going on, and she says, well, I'm gonna tell you everything. She says that, they say that so much. I'm gonna tell you, TC, I'm gonna tell you everything, and then she tells him nothing.
Or are they talking hypotheticals?
Yeah, oh my gosh. And so meanwhile, while that's going on between Eve and TC, David clocks Liz and tells Liz, you can cut the shit, Liz. I'm on to you. I already know what's going on.
Yeah.
I know what's up. He says, I know you're Eve's sister, and I know you're trying to ruin her life by exposing her past. And Liz says, well, then it seems the two of you are close after all. Why else would she confide something so personal unless, of course, the two of you share a certain sense of intimacy? And David says, I don't like what you're implying. Eve and I are just friends. Oh, no, I think you're more than just friends. You see, my sister has kept this secret from her husband, her daughters, and everyone else in town for years. So why now would she confide it in you? What's the bond between you and Eve? Are you lovers? Is that it? And of course, David denies this. No, he says, I'm in love with Grace. And and so Liz is like, well, there must be something else, and I'm gonna figure it out. There's some sort of secret between the two of you, and I'm going to figure it out because I need to know all of Eve's secrets.
He basically tells Liz, like, leave her alone. Like, she goes, everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. I mean, like,
I sing that all the time. Nobody's perfect. I gotta work it again and again till I get it right. I sing that all the time. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days.
I was listening to it on the elliptical this morning. Like, yeah.
You know what? That's a great workout song. If I were gonna work out, I would add it to my workout playlist. If I were, and that's a big if.
You want to go play some basketball?
About as big as my ass.
You want to play some one-on-one with me later at the youth center?
Yes. Let's play some one-on. If one-on-one means one donut a piece, I'd be happy to have some one-on-one time with you.
That'd be
me
great,
on one donut, you on another donut. Us just like stuffing our faces. I could be all about that.
That sounds good.
Yeah. So you name the time, and I'll be there.
Now I want donuts.
Yeah, it's funny.
Thanks a lot.
That's why I started this sending my snack request to Naya, because when we're done here, I will have snacks ready.
I do appreciate when I'm in New York that there's a Dunkin' everywhere that I can just walk and get a Boston cream or black and white cookie somewhere. I love a black and white cookie. Do you like
Dunkin' Donuts?
Well, I don't mind them. I like the convenience of them, but like I said, give me a black and white cookie. Oh, I'd love a black and white cookie right now.
Yeah.
Or cannoli, a good cannoli right now.
I just had to stop going to Dunkin' Donuts because I will go there and get like a drink and like some donuts. And lately, for like the past like 5 times I went there, they always forgot my fucking donut. It is in the name, and they were forgetting my donut.
And then you have to go back and get your donut.
No, I mean, I would do like the walk-in. So I would do like order ahead and do the walk-in. So I go up there and be like, where's my drink? And I'm watching this guy get other people fucking donuts. And my donut that I ordered 10 minutes ago still isn't fucking sitting there.
I like the egg cheese croissant sausage sandwich. And then I get a Boston cream from Dunkin'.
Okay.
So I'm from Utica, which started the Half Moon, which is where the black and white cookie came from.
Yeah.
So like whenever I go there, I have to stop to Holland Farms to get a Half Moon, because that's where like they're just like the best in that area. And I've had like, you know, half and half cookies in like other places. No offense to these other places, they don't compare. They're not nearly as good. There's just something about a wonderful Half Moon from Holland Farms. It just makes it would kill Dunkin' Donuts in a fight. If Dunkin' Donuts and a Half Moon cookie were to go toe to toe, the Half Moon cookie would win.
I love that. Excuse me. I love that this conversation. I love that this conversation has turned to pastries. One of my top 5 favorite conversations to have is about pastries and sweets. In fact, actually,
The
so
book
since we're
cafe
talking
looks...
about it, last night I had a Dubai chocolate cake. Oh my god, it was so good.
I had a Dubai croissant a few months ago. Life changing.
So good.
I don't think just the Dubai chocolate bars are that much better than a regular chocolate bar. Like, I don't think it's worth it. Like I just had like, so you guys have you guys had pomegranate seeds? So I really like them. So I did this thing I saw it on TikTok. So of course I was gonna try it. You melt down chocolate, you like put it over the pomegranate seeds, you put it in the fridge, you let it harden, and it's delicious. So
bet
I
that's so
found this
good.
chocolate bar that had the sea salt milk chocolate with the sea salt mixed in it. So I did that. And you pour, and then so like you bite into it, you have like the juice of the pomegranate seeds and then the chocolatey and then like a little bit of saltiness. And it's perfect. I would take that over Dubai chocolate
I
any
love
day.
that Michelle is like, yeah, all you basic ass bitches loving your Dubai chocolate. That shit ain't shit. Have you ever had chocolate covered pomegranate seeds? I make it at home. Artisan. Hello. Fuck your basic ass Dubai chocolate. That it went viral on TikTok. Oh, I love it. I love that. I love you. Yeah.
All of this does sound better than tomato ketchup cake pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're off track. Let's get choo-choo train back on the tracks. Whatever. David has clocked Liz's tea, and Liz is like, well, I'm gonna figure out what's going on between you and my sisters. Don't you worry. And like Eric said, David does say, like, why are you trying to ruin your sister's life? Like, can't you just get over it? Is basically what he tells her.
No joke. Yeah.
And but he also tells Liz that Eve is gonna come clean, and Liz is like, no, she's not. I don't believe it. She would never do that. She's a horrible lying slut. She would never tell the truth. And this is when Liz interrupts the conversation between TC and Eve and says, Liz interrupts TC and Eve and says she wants to hear what she has to say, as well as got it. I was like reading the note and it didn't make sense, and so I had to read it out loud. So Liz interrupts. She's like, sorry to interrupt your conversation. And TC says to her, like, oh, well, we're trying to have a private conversation. And Eve says, no, I want her to hear what I have to say, and David too. And so she basically invites them in to listen to this long ass fucking story.
In hypotheticals.
Snoring.
In hypotheticals too. So it's like,
Where
I
she
know.
goes into great detail about Liz's sister and the inner turmoil she was feeling without giving any names, where it's obvious Eve is Liz's sister, but TC is too damn clueless to pick up on it.
This was the dumbest shit. Outside of, there's a lot of dumb shit that happened this week. But this is right up there with Teresa turning that wheelchair around and putting it to the stairs. It's right up there with that for me. Because
How many times did she say, oh, they were best friends? Okay, can we fucking move on from that? You were 10. Like, you're not friends anymore. I don't care.
I would have appreciated a fake out where TC's like, wait a minute, Eve, you don't have to say it. I know exactly who Liz's sister is. Go to commercial. Then we come back and they're like, you do? He's like, yeah, it's obviously Rebecca Hotchkiss.
Right.
How did I not see it before?
she's the biggest slut in town.
And then Julian could be like, you're not wrong. Again,
Well,
she is a
I'm gonna
whore.
tell y'all something. I had to suffer through it, so everybody else got to suffer through it too.
Oh no.
Oh my God, you reminded me of when Rose is telling a St. Olaf story and Sophia's hearing it on, she's not hearing. And then Dorothy turns it up really loud. And she's like, why did you do that? She's like, why should we be the only ones in pain?
Yeah, no, you gotta feel this too. Y'all gotta feel the pain.
The patrons are gonna feel it.
Everybody's gotta feel the pain, honey. Eve's gonna tell this long ass story. No, honestly, truthfully, one of the reasons I pulled the clips is because she does give a very good performance.
Yes, she does.
Two, Julian, which I have not mentioned, but Julian is here listening to all of this as well. He actually, at a certain point, God, this goes on for so long that now I'm struggling to remember what the exact story beats were. But at one point during the conversation, TC gets pulled away for a sports emergency, a high school sports emergency, and Julian sits down and talks to Eve, saying,
I
"I
almost spit my
overheard."
drink. I took a swig and I almost spit all over the sports.
This is the
high
spitting
school
water or
sports
whatever you're
emergency.
drinking episode.
That's what it was. It was a high school sports emergency. I didn't even listen to those stupid boys that came in. I didn't rewind to see what
Coach,
the fuck they said.
Somebody's not going to be able to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Star pitcher. What are we gonna do?
You know what I would have done if I were Eve? I would have faked.
do?
Yeah, I would have faked it out and been faked mad. I've been like, every time I need to tell you something, some emergency sports related thing happens.
Yeah.
Yes,
Even she had a reason to get upset. It was so stupid and hypocritical. She's a doctor. She's dealing with life and death. He's upset if she gets called away to an emergency, and then he has to deal with some kid who failed his exam and can't play in the basketball game.
In the
And
middle
that's
of it.
more important than hearing what his wife has to say.
Right.
Oh,
And okay, so I see the story beats now. So basically what happens is Eve begins to tell this story, right? She describes this man. She wants to tell TC a story about Liz's sister. She's like, I know Liz's sister. And she explains that this woman ran away to be a singer, but she was seduced by a wealthy man. And that man introduced Liz's sister to drinking and drugs. Liz interjects.
Oh, I hate this.
I loved it. Are you kidding me?
No, it made me mad.
Oh,
but it's funny.
It cracked me up. Eve says, yes, this man introduced her sister to drinking and drugs. And Liz goes, and sex. What about the sex? Wasn't there sex, Eve?
There was a sex part in there too, Eve.
What about the sex? Don't forget the sex.
You're not telling it. It's like a toddler being like, don't forget. Say it like this. It's not right if you don't say it like this.
Don't forget the sex. God, that just was so funny to me.
Yeah.
Because my thing is, they do a ton of slut shaming on this show, right?
Yeah.
This show, that is the core ethos of this show is like being a slut is bad, and being promiscuous makes you a slut. Or I don't even like the word promiscuous. Being sex positive makes you a slut.
I only like it when Nelly Furtado sings about it.
Yeah, promiscuous girl. Anyway, yeah, it's just so funny because they overdo it every time whenever sex has to come up. And when they use the word sex instead of making love, it is very, very, very deliberate, right? Like the word sex is something filthy and dirty and nasty in this show. In the ethos of this show. So it was just so funny because it was so loaded. And sex, right, Eve?
Don't forget sex.
Don't forget the sex.
You know, I went to when I was in high school, I had to go to because I went to CCE, so that's like Catholics, like little Catholic stuff to prepare you for communion, for confirmation. And one time they made us go to an abstinence retreat, and they made us. I know, here, look, I'm. Those faces. If you do not have access to the Patreon, y'all miss these faces.
Well, you can watch it. You can watch the episode on.
Oh, okay. Like a little while later. Sorry, I am trying to turn off all my work stuff, and it keeps being like, "Thanks for updating." I'm like, "No, delete." So with that said, I went to an abstinence retreat because I had to. Like it was part of the classes, and they showed us a video, and they were. I cannot. So there were carnies. And the carnies were like, sex is bad. And they were like zooming in on their faces. And I don't know why they chose carnival folk to make you think that sex was bad. They were like, you need to sign this pledge saying that you'll wait till you get married to have sex. And I was like, whoops. I was like, what if I already screwed that up? But I didn't tell anybody anything. And they were like, you don't have to sign, but you should sign. So I didn't sign.
The way you were looking around, I thought you were about to show us your abstinence pledge.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I was trying to close. My stupid computer keeps trying to update all these apps while we're recording, and that's why they're hearing weird noises. No, I don't have it because I never signed one.
I definitely signed an abstinence pledge for sure. Isn't that weird? That's just.
I couldn't do it. I was like, how am I going to lie to God? Like, you're telling me if I sign? I don't know. It was very It was
I knew I wasn't lying to God. I was
like, God, I already saw what I did multiple times.
Remember when Disney Channel was pushing the abstinence rings, like Miley Cyrus, the Jonas Brothers, like all like the big pop stars were wearing abstinence rings. I'm talking about why it was so cool to them to promise to God. Yeah.
Meanwhile, I was watching George Lopez, and the storyline was if you wore certain bracelets, you had already done certain sexual acts.
Hello, they did that on Degrassi. They did that on Degrassi too. Mm-hmm.
When Emma went through a phase,
she got gonorrhea in the ravine. She got gonorrhea in her mouth in the ravine.
Even Degrassi, that was supposed to be like more out there and really going with what it was like to be a teenager. It was like the first time this girl has a sexual experience. It's an STD.
To be fair, Emma had several sexual experiences before that. It's just that she had become like, she decided to go like to be like a bad girl. Like, she was trying to, what was his name? Jay? She was like, she hooked up with Jay or whatever.
What's great about storylines
that's a different podcast.
What's great about storylines that sucks is it gives us opportunities to talk about sex and feet and carnies. And...
I'm not feet. Oh my God. Yeah. Well, sex. But yeah, abstinence only. Sex education was so big back then, and I mean, I'm from the South. I think I'm from the South. Eric, you are too. Karen, you kind of are. You're born in Jersey, right? But you like grew up in the South.
Right.
Michelle, you're not from the South, right?
No, right from upstate New York. We weren't really doing that when I was in high school. Like at that point in time, they weren't really discussing it, like abstinence or anything. I mean, they made you watch the birth baby. I mean, they made us watch the baby being born, but that was just part of health class. There was nothing dedicated to sexual. Yeah,
I had health, and there was like a chapter.
Class, but there was a sex ed portion of it. But the sex ed portion was basically abstinence only. Like my sex ed was basically don't have sex, but they also showed us all the horrible things that will happen to you if you do have sex.
No, Mean Girls was very accurate in the coach being like, you have sex, you get gonorrhea, and you die. Take a condom. That is who taught me. My PE coach, one of my PE coaches, or a PE coach, was the health teacher, and that's what it was in high school.
My PE teacher, which makes sense that the PE teacher would also be the health teacher, I guess.
I had that too, and one of the other students in our class was the daughter of the coach / teacher. It was really awkward.
Oh, that would be awkward.
Well, you gotta give her the talk anyway.
Yeah.
We
never had the talk growing up, which was funny because my half sister, she actually had a rumor about some extracurricular activity she was doing on the back of a school bus. Spoiler alert, turned out to be fucking true. But my mom never thought to have the conversation with us.
Wait a minute.
Adulthood. I remember like my sister just dropped it. She was like, I don't know why you're so embarrassed, Michelle. I got caught doing this in the back of the bus. And my mom turns around, she's like, what happened to it? It's just a fucking rumor.
Oh boy.
Sex.
Don't forget the sex.
We are not forgetting the sex.
What cracked me up is how the camera moved in for dramatic effect.
Right? I don't know if you know that you have certain settings.
It's Karen, like I noticed it earlier on, like my phone like zoomed in on me a little bit, and I just forgot how to change.
That's what they do with the carnies in that abstinence video. It zoomed in on the carnies saying sex. They're like, "You're gonna die having sex," and it zoomed in. Whoa.
This is
my sister didn't die from that or get an STD that I know of. So
okay, good, great, love that for her.
This is amazing.
That was so funny.
I'm having the time of my life.
This is great. This is much better than talking about passion.
No, we're gonna get back to passions and sex. So
no one in my family is seeing this one now.
Because Eve continues. She's talking about after Liz interrupts and says, "Don't forget the sex." And so Eve's like, "Yes, and the sex. There was a man that I loved that her sister loved very much, and they were together, but he eventually dumped her, and that led her to a life of addiction, and she did terrible things to support her habit." And so at this point, this is when TC gets pulled away for the high school sports emergency. And Liz sits down with Eve and says, "You can't possibly go through with this," right? Like it's shaking Liz up a little bit, because if Eve takes control of the situation, Liz will be out with the bathwater, right? Like she'll be out, because she would have been TC will realize, "Oh, you've been lying to me this whole time."
Yeah, and I think it exposes this sleepwalking bullshit from the other week. Like it well, maybe not to him, but to everybody else who has any smarts would be like, "You totally climbed into bed with him."
Yeah.
Like, you're not a sleepwalker.
Yeah. So Liz says to Eve, "You can't possibly go through with this. You're not going to really do this." And Eve's like, "No, yes, I am. I'm going to tell him everything. And I'm going to tell, including the fact that I'm your sister." And she says, "TC means everything to me, but I have to strip you of your ammunition. You'll never be able to blackmail me again once TC knows the truth." And Liz says, "Well, it sounds pretty risky to me." And Eve says, "I may lose TC, but I'm not going to lose him to you. I'm so tired of carrying this secret around. I need to, I need for it to get out. Just let the chips fall where they may." Yeah, I agree. At this point, this is when Julian approaches and says, like, I've been overhearing your conversation. And Eve tells him, "Yeah, I'm really gonna come clean about everything because Liz is blackmailing me." She brings him up to speed because he didn't realize that Liz was her sister.
Yeah.
And obviously he didn't know that Liz was blackmailing her. So she tells him that, comes clean to him about that. Then Julian says perhaps she's being a little hasty. She says, "Don't you think you're being a little hasty about this and coming clean?" And Eve tells him, "If you're worried about what TC will do to you, you should leave." Basically, she's like, I'm coming clean. What's that song? "Let the rain fall down and wake my dreams. Let it wash away my," does she say sanity?
Sanity.
Sanity.
Yeah.
'Cause I wanna breathe. That's "I'm Coming Clean" by Hilary Duff.
I'm seeing her in June.
I'm
really
so excited
weird.
to see Storm Weekend. I gotta buy her a ticket.
I'm ready for her to give us nothing.
Wait, she already did that. She brought two fans up to do it with them.
Yeah, my friend
She
keeps
does
telling me
that.
we
I
gotta
think she
learn
does
the
it at every
choreography.
concert.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that.
Do it with love.
If she gets me on stage, I'll do my Ungermeyer impression. That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
You know, I will say she
what?
does.
Wait, say that. Stop. Your what impression?
The Ungermeyer from the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Oh, the coach.
Yeah, the tour guide.
With the little dark hair. Who plays her?
"Oh, David Gordon, you're a little brown noser with a hidden agenda." It's Alex Bornstein from.
Yeah.
Yes. She's in Gilmore Girls too. That's why I recognized her.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all I got. I'm gonna
She
get
played
to see
the
Lizzie
Bible.
McGuire.
Well, fun. How fun. Anyway,
Yeah.
Eve's coming clean, like not like Lizzie McGuire, but like Hilary Duff. She tells him, "If you're worried about what TC will do when he finds out, you should leave now, because I'm done. I'm ready to get it all out," right? And so he very quickly is like, "Okay, yeah, you're probably right." Gets up, starts to walk away, and then he turns around. Oh my God. He turns around. He says, "I let you face the music by yourself all those years ago. That was unconscionable. I will not run and abandon you this time. We'll do this together." Oh my God, Julian. Yeah, well, I don't even have the right.
I don't know what's the
sound
appropriate
for it.
noise. It is
Like,
amazing.
Clapping.
it's what?
Clapping.
Clapping, yeah. Standing ovation. Yeah.
Yeah, because you should do this. And they write the women so poorly on this show, and they give the men so much benefit in every storyline. Like, Julian is terrible. And this is the minimum he could do. But the way that this show has been written, I am like, oh, but it's like, no, he should be here. Fuck. He should. You should. You come here and take this talking to. Yes.
You, in this rewatch, everybody in the Discord, all of our community, it reminds me, I'm like, it really fucked with my head when I was a kid, because I was just like, I was like, no wonder I love, like, Julian loves Timmy. Julian empathizes with Tabitha. Like, this right here, it's like, it makes him so redeeming. Yeah. And just a few, again, I've been off for about a week, but like, he was doing a sex, again, nothing wrong with kink shaming and dressing up, but like, that's the guy who got Teresa to go to, like,
he got Teresa drunk and got her pregnant, and I mean, we know what's going on there for real, but he did, and he also tried to kill Sheridan more than once, right? Like, he also is just a bad dude in general, just a bad billionaire, base level bad billionaire. That you got that going for him as well.
But his kryptonite is Eve Russell. His kryptonite is
there's something. God, I hate that I have internalized this fucking messaging. I hate that I have internalized it. But there's something so, like, romantic isn't even the right word, but that
endearing.
There's something in me that same synapse in my head that fires at romance and sees things as romantic is seeing this as romantic as well, even though it is not romantic
or chivalrous.
It's just like, oh man, Julian, he's doing what he should, what the fuck he should have been doing
a long time ago.
Men get away with doing the bare fucking minimum, and I hate it. And I hate myself that I am being taken in by it. You know what I mean? I'm being taken in by it. It is the bare fucking minimum for him to stand there and be like, yeah, I'll watch from the table over to the side. Yeah, as you fucking should. As a matter of fact, if I'm coming clean, you should be standing in front of me telling him what the fuck's going on.
You know what? I think it is.
Eric. We've lost Eric.
Yeah.
I just feel it's more respectful for the ladies to continue this conversation.
You can come back, Eric.
I agree with all of that. Sorry, I just agree with all of what you just said.
And part of the reason part of the reason we let men get away with the bare fucking minimum, and not just get away with it, we applaud them for doing the bare fucking minimum, is because of shit like this, because we grew up watching shit like this.
You know, that just sort of made me think of, so like, and it's going to go a little bit off topic, but I just read this Facebook post, Jess. I don't know how accurate it is. You know how all these pages just be coming up with shit. Mm-hmm. But it was this girl saying, like, she told a guy she didn't want to see him again because he invited her out on the first date. And then when they walked in, he was like, oh, I don't have any money to pay for it. And just wanted her to be okay with it. So she sat through it, she covered it, but then told him, I don't really appreciate how that was set up, but you invited me. You at the very least should have had enough to cover your own bill. Like, I have no intention of seeing you again. And like, there were all of these like people who were like telling her she was being too hard on the guy, where if you saw that post about a female, you would have heard them saying, oh, you dodged a bullet, brother, get away from her. But yeah, they were saying, oh, you know, he meant well, sometimes you got to ride through the rough times, or you could just bring money on a fucking date.
And I'm going to say this, and that is the difference between Facebook and TikTok, because that is not how the comments would have been looking on TikTok at all. But that's one of the reasons I'm not on Facebook very much at all, because every time I'm over there reading through the comments, I'm just like, ooh, I'm in enemy territory.
I'm legit thinking of deleting my Facebook because just the shit everything gets turned into like race, politics. Like, if I see one more video and then people like picking out the cousin, like, ew, it's that race, I legit am just gonna throw my phone out the window one of these days. And I just bought the damn thing.
I can't let go of my Facebook because it's like an archive of my life. And that's the only reason I can't let it go. I don't use it very much. And it also is useful if I need to get in touch with somebody whose phone number I don't have, right? Like if there's somebody for whatever reason, I'm like, oh yeah, I would like to get in touch with this. Like that's really the only reason I keep my Facebook, is to maintain kind of that network of people and being able to contact my network of people regardless of if I have their number or not. And because it is an archive of my life from like 2006. It's a 20-year archive of my life, and it's like there's a lot of shit there. And it's, yeah, sometimes I like to go back and look at stuff. Yeah. But as far as using it, no. No.
All right, going back to Julian specifically.
No, I was gonna say back to fashions.
Yeah. I think I definitely see what you're talking about, LeTara, where it's the way it was written. It's giving these guys who do bad stuff a lot of slack. I agree with that. But I also think one of the reasons why the character of Julian is so compelling is because of Ben Masters.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He makes you feel that way instead of being like, oh, this guy, look at this guy, he's doing the bare minimum and we're supposed to applaud him. You're like, well, actually that was pretty good. I felt that in my heart.
Yeah, something that lingers with me.
He puts so much emotion into his work. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what lingers with me is the interview we did with Mackenzie Westmore, when Mackenzie was like, I loved him. Like, it's crazy to think we played brother and sister, but like, he was so good to me. And for me to hear that straight from someone who was there, it also, it's not just, very much so, Karen, he's an incredible actor. He's one of those top tier actors. And we've talked about this. Some of them are not the strongest, but he's up there in the pantheon of like, they're good. They're just good. And I think that's the other thing. And then when I hear all these years later, like he was just good outside of the show, like took care of her, that makes me so ridiculously like enamored towards Julian Crane, where and again, I'm telling you, it's the Timmy thing, it's the Tabitha thing, there's a lot built around him that makes you, and then because we are on episode 900 something, you forget about what happened in 600s. I mean, like, and if you're not, we're doing a rewatch. We're doing scholarly work right now. We're that might be a little stretch, but
I love it. It's not a stretch. It is scholarly work.
This is we're doing deep dives. This is dramaturgical research.
I put enough time into this to have a PhD in fucking passions. Like,
yes, exactly. Dr. Lee, I agree. And so with that, it's like, now I remember why I never disagree, like why I still rooted for Julian. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say, is that you root for Julian because the bottom line is he loves Eve.
Right.
And he was told he could not be with her. He was forced to not be with her. He also made the choice not to be with her. Like, it was, there's a lot of stuff that makes you go, look at what he's doing right now. He wants to be there for her when he knows that this is going to be the worst day of her life.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with what Karen has said and what you have said, Eric. Particularly, yes, Ben Masters humanizes Julian in a certain way that definitely endears you to him, for sure. And yeah, like I said, I was taken in by it. I am being taken in by this. The Julian redemption arc is working on me, right? Yeah. I'm buying the propaganda. I'm buying Julian propaganda.
I feel like I only like it so much is because it's with Eve. Like, when he has like those nice moments with Ivy, they don't really hit me as much. But when it's with Eve, it's because it's the one woman he actually really does love. So I think it's just like on a deeper level when I see it.
Also, Eve deserves better than TC. So it's like,
for real.
That's true. There's just something so, and I despise that I'm not evolved enough to resist it, but I love the toxicity of this, right? Like it's fucking it's actually toxic, right? Like the relationship they had to begin with. Yes, they talk about how loving they were, so in so much love. But their relationship was absolutely toxic, right? Like he got her hooked on drugs, right? Like they weren't in some like grand, beautiful, romantic love story. They were in a torrid love affair. And
he abandoned her when he found out she was pregnant. Like,
I'm also not 100% clear on that. Can somebody jog my memory?
so
Is that how that went?
apparently Alistair found out like she was pregnant. Alistair does not want like any half black people in the family. Like
Right.
he even says it at one point, like down the road. He's like, I wasn't gonna let some half black bastard become a crane. Like those are his words.
Right.
So he leaves her when she's pregnant. She decides to keep the baby, and then the baby is taken from the hospital, but she's told he died.
He died. I just wasn't clear. I don't remember. I wasn't
Does
clear
Julian know?
on whether Julian knew about the baby or if they got broken up.
No, Alistair told him he was dead too. He doesn't find out until, I don't remember when he finds out, but I do know at that time he truly believed the baby died too.
But he didn't know. Did he know that Eve was pregnant or nah when they broke up?
I feel like he did. I feel like he left her when she told him she was pregnant. Like I don't know if it was, I don't think it was right when she told him. I think it was when his dad found out and told him to leave her.
Okay, I'm just a little foggy on the details, and I think that
well, they also change it multiple times.
Yeah,
they change it so many times.
Yeah,
I
like
think that happens by design to kind of blur the lines so that you will root for Julian and Eve. Because it becomes it is very hard to root for a man who knowingly left a pregnant woman, right? It's very hard to root for that.
Yeah.
But
it's March, but early April, Hannah will let us know what's happening.
Yeah. Once this airs, Hannah will remind us what happened. Thank you in advance, Hannah, for your services.
I'll probably be wrong again. I've been wrong a lot lately.
No, I vaguely remember a part of Hidden Passions where
it does talk
Julian and Eve had already sort of broken up. He had left her because his dad was forcing him to see Ivy. But then Eve sings at a country club party or something like that, and Julian is there, and he sees her on the stage with her pregnant belly and is like, oh my God, she's pregnant. What do I do?
Yeah. Okay, because I don't remember. So let's continue what's going on in the present. Julian says that he's gonna stay there with Eve, and he won't run. He's not gonna abandon her this time. We'll do this together. And Eve says, well, no, Julian, when TC finds out, he's going to be furious and he's going to blame it all on you. And Julian says, yes, but if I'm not here, he'll take his anger out on you. If I stay, perhaps I can take a bit of the heat again. And the haircut they've given him, I'm glad they got rid of like that hair piece they used to have him in. He looks so much better with like the salt and pepper, like a regular little like, I don't know if that's a Caesar cut or whatever, but the suit is so immaculate. He looks good. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't kink shame me. Julian looks good, and when he's being good, it just turns me on. I love it. I loved this. I was like,
little Julian loves hearing it.
I loved it. So Julian decides to sit at a table nearby and is just gonna continue watching, right? And so TC comes back from his high school sports emergency, and he's like, sorry, honey, I had to take care of that. Everything's all right.
Deflate gate.
Yeah, deflate gate. And so he comes back, and then he asks Eve about Liz's sister. He's like, okay, back up where you left off. Who is Liz's sister? Who is she? Where is she? And then Eve says, she's right here. Oh my God.
Yep.
Oh my God. She says, she's right here.
Beth?
And
he literally looks around the room like, she is? Where? Point her out.
And then
I'll recognize that whore.
my God, where is that slut so we can stone her now? Like, he says, Eve, where is she? I mean, she is such a trashy, horrible woman. I'm sure that I'll recognize her somewhere. Where is she? What the fuck does that sentence even mean?
What is a trashy, horrible
She's
woman?
such a
look like?
She'll have
trashy.
a
He
big
says she
red
is
A on her
such a
chest.
trashy, horrible woman that I'm sure that I'll recognize her some. What do you mean?
That means he's fucked her.
Where is she? Yeah. And where the hell is Liz's sister? I want to give her a piece of my mind. He's such a weirdo. He's a creep. He's
Maybe they-
a weirdo. What the hell are you doing here? Get away from TC, please. Like, he's horrible.
Well, maybe we can talk with her. Hey, I know you abandoned your sister, but I nearly fucked her when she was sleepwalking, so I have words for you.
This is I just find this so incredibly weird. Weirdo behavior. Where the hell is Liz's sister? I want to give her a piece of my mind. Shut the fuck up, TC. Where is my button?
This guy stinks!
God damn it!
Well, again, it goes back to what I've been saying constantly, and it pisses me off so much. All he really knew about her from the get-go was that she moved out. She left town. That was it. And from there, he decided that she was this big piece of garbage and the worst person in the world, and I don't want her around my kids.
But the
Like,
story,
why?
my thing too, is that the story that Eve is so obviously telling about herself, the story, the way she told it is Liz's sister loved her very much.
They were best friends. They did everything together.
Sorry.
You
so
really
sorry.
lost it.
I usually have decorum, but there was a cat's anus on the screen. I can usually have some.
You
decorum.
lost it. I missed it. So hopefully somebody, whoever is watching, sorry, to the people watching, let's see if you can catch the anus. I missed it.
Enjoy. Usually it's my cat who's doing that. She decided not to hang around this time.
He's just letting you guys know what he thinks of Eve's story. He's like,
Yeah.
Asshole.
I can't
TC
get
is an asshole.
Asshole.
he said my ass is more entertaining than TC.
That's hilarious. That's so funny.
Love you, baby.
Aaron lost it. But yeah, no. It's weird for him to be reacting in this way, considering the story that she's so obviously telling about herself is a sad one. And like the lady doesn't sound that horrible.
No.
You know what I mean? Like she was like, yeah, there was a woman who loved her sister very much, but she got wrapped up with the wrong man, and he got her addicted to drugs, and he abandoned her, and like she's telling him a story about a victim.
Yeah.
And all he can think is, I want to give that bitch a piece of my mind.
Well, like Eve even says, the plan for her was never to abandon Liz. Like she had always intended to go back for Liz and keep her with her.
Yeah.
And then like when she got wrapped up in all that, obviously she's not able to raise Liz or keep her by her side. Like she was legit like a victim in the situation. And TC is so fucking on Liz's dick that like he can't see like anything different.
Well, I take issue with him saying I want to give her a piece of my mind. And it's like, you don't have that much to give away. You need to be conserving what little bit of mind you have. You don't need to be giving pieces of your mind away.
Well, I'm happy also that Eve was like, she was waiting to get to a point in her career where she could take care of her, right? Like what you were saying. She's also like, she just never got there. So how can she come and save the kid?
Yes.
Exactly.
So,
and to her, like, she didn't know that there was anything like legit that she needed to be saved. She just said like our parents were just strict, but no one. They weren't abusive at the time. Like no one was being like harmed physically or mentally. She just knew that their parents were strict, and she wanted Liz to have more freedom and be able to be with her. Like nothing in that story like warrants TC's response whatsoever.
I have a little dialogue here, right? So Eve continues her little story about Liz's sister, right? And she says Liz's sister wants her identity revealed. Oh my God! Again, this is all clearly about Eve. So obviously about Eve.
It's all about Eve.
All about Eve. She wants her identity revealed. She doesn't want to keep it a secret any longer. As I was saying, Liz and her sister were once very close. They were each other's best friends. Liz's sister loved her very, very much, more than Liz could ever imagine. Liz? No, she didn't. She ran off. She left me alone to defend myself against my parents. She broke trust. She betrayed me. She destroyed my faith in people and scarred me for life. So to your point, Michelle, yeah, she says she left me to defend myself against our parents, but she doesn't say for against what. Like, what's the issue with the parents? You know what I mean? And that's why.
And it also keeps changing.
It says they were strict.
Yeah, and it also keeps changing because, like, before that, like when she first started telling the story, she wasn't upset that she left her to defend herself against her parents. It was that she left it all and it broke her father's and mother's heart, and everyone died of a broken heart. Like,
yes.
Because apparently that's what we just do in passions. We die of broken hearts when our kids don't live up to our what we want.
Our expectations. See, that's hello. Wait a minute. Now you knocking on something right there, because not me feeling like if I don't live up to my parents' expectations or something, I constantly feel like I'm not like good enough, and my parents have never once made me feel like I wasn't like good enough. But it was fucking passions. It was shows like this that made me, like, oh, I'm not good enough. I need to live up to no. But yeah,
I never had a good relationship with my mom, so whenever I saw that, like, I was immune to it. I was like, this is awfully far to go to make your parents happy. My mom is never happy with me, so I didn't give two shits either way.
I was I was definitely a parent pleaser. I wanted to please my parents always. So anyway, whatever. Liz is mad. She's like, no, my sister's a bitch, and you don't. She's a bitch and a drug addict and a slut, just all the horrible things. Anyway, basically Eve continues telling this story and about how this woman was seduced, and now I have clips for y'all so we can all sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Y'all can see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Man that Liz's sister fell in love with promised to make her a star, and for a while it seemed that he would. He got her booked to sing in all the best nightclubs and introduced her to all the right people, but he was also out for a good time, and he introduced her to alcohol and party drugs. Well, just as fast as he had swept her off her feet, he dumped her. And Liz's sister was so despondent and heartbroken that she turned to pills and alcohol to numb the pain. Before she realized it, she was hooked. And the more that she tried to fight it, the more she saw that she couldn't. Her addiction, it had her trapped like a rat in a maze. And she did things, terrible things, to support her habit, the shame of which and the depth to which she sank haunts her to this very day.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear the tragic story Eve was telling, and I just want to say how sorry I am for what Liz's sister had to endure, for the price she paid for loving a man who took a dream and turned it into a nightmare.
Get your hands off my wife.
God damn it. Oh my gosh. TC is so dramatic. Get your hands off my wife. Oh, brother.
told you that this was a private conversation.
Well, I'm well aware of that, but I couldn't help but hear what Eve said about Liz's sister, and it struck a chord in me.
Yeah, well, get ready to get struck again.
Titi, don't. Let Julian speak. Thank you, Mr. Hastings. And based on what Eve said, I don't think Liz's sister was the one at fault. I think the fault lies with the heartless bastard who led her on and abandoned her.
My God, I think he really means it.
Aw.
Really, Julian?
Really, Eve. And I bet this man who acted so callously toward Liz's sister would, by this point, agree. At least we could hope that he would learn his mistakes and feel some remorse.
She hates it.
No, she's catching on.
Yeah.
Would this person take responsibility if he knew that Liz's sister's husband would beat him to a pulp if he ever found out who he was?
Oh my God.
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so obvious. The whole thing is just so obvious.
Yeah.
I got one more clip.
Eve, did you say that Liz's sister is married?
Yes, TC, to a wonderful man.
You know, if your sister is half as beautiful as you are, then perhaps the fellow who seduced her simply couldn't help himself. I'm not saying it's an excuse, but sometimes the two people have a passion for each other that they simply can't resist.
As he stares at Eve.
His sister blamed the man who seduced her for ruining her life. Maybe she was wrong to think that. Maybe it wasn't all his fault.
Sweetheart, excuse me. How could you say something like that? This man is totally to blame. He seduced Liz's sister, he leads her astray, then he dumps her.
Then why do you hate the sister so much?
Not welcome around my family anytime.
All right.
Classic Julia move, adjusting the tie.
Yeah. First of all, the whole time they have their eyes locked on each other, right? Like, deep on a cellular level, right? Like, to each other's eyes, right? Like, and it's Liz is catching on. Liz has caught on. I want to be clear. Liz knows what's going on. She says it later. TC doesn't have a clue. Not a clue in the world. There's just nothing going on upstairs, is there? There's nothing happening up there. This little conversation happens, and then Eve says, basically, she asks, she says, I was saying Liz's sister has tried to rebuild her life. Yeah, she talks about the sister some more and how she's trying to rebuild her life, has rebuilt her life. And the only man that matters to her is her husband, and she loves him dearly and all that, right? And so Eve posits a question to TC, which again is so transparent, so obvious, right? But she asks him if he could ever forgive a woman who did such things out of desperation. He doesn't answer her immediately, right? Like, she asks him, could you ever forgive your wife? If you were in that situation, could you forgive her for things she did out of desperation years before she ever even met you, before y'all even knew each other? And TC doesn't answer at first. But then she circles back and is like, I kind of need your answer on this. And TC says, well, yeah, I would be able to forgive her. You know, I would be able to forgive my wife. He says, if Liz's sister's husband, oh my God, the way we have to formulate sentences around this because we're talking about Liz's sister and she has no name. If Liz's sister's husband loves his wife as much as I love mine, then yes, I could forgive her. And this upsets Liz visibly, right? And she jumps in. She's like, TC, you can't actually mean that. You can't actually mean that you would forgive her. And TC's like, yeah, I mean, I would. I love my wife. And if I discovered something like that, I would have to forgive her. But then Liz is like, imagine the betrayal of something like that. She's been lying to you all this time. You're telling me you really would forgive her, and because even though she never trusted you enough to tell you the truth. And TC, ever the most suggestible egg motherfucker. I don't know why I call him the egg, but it just felt right. It just felt right. He's a suggestible egg. He hard-boiled,
edible egg.
Exactly. I don't know why I called him an egg. It just came right out. But he's an egg. Antonio's a vegetable and TC's an egg. But yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't think about it like that. Oh, I hadn't considered it that way. So of course she now has him reconsidering if he would forgive or whatnot, whatever. At this point, Eve gets a phone call about Ivy dying. So,
Eve's every doctor. It's all in her.
To be fair though, she is Ivy's doctor. Eve's Ivy's doctor. Eve is Ivy's doctor. So she
any pain pill that you need, baby.
Yep, I'll give it. I promise it ain't natural, babe. Oh.
You want to calm down? I got something for you.
Pharmaceutical. Yeah. Well, that was kind of good. Okay. Anyway. So, yeah, she gets the phone call that Ivy's dying at the Bennett home, so she has to go. But even though she has gotten this very emergent phone call and she explains to everybody there what is going on, right? Like Ivy is dead at the Bennett home or close to it. Liz is like, takes her to the side and is like, you're saved by the bell this time, Eve. He was like, bitch, I don't have time for this. Like I have a patient who's dying. There are people dying, Kim.
Yeah.
I want to clip that. I need to get that sound. Kim, there are people dying.
But before that, Liz was terrified that she was actually going to do it because she didn't want her to. And now she's right back to, he's going to find out the truth today. This won't stop you. Like, what?
Yeah.
Pick a struggle. Pick a fucking struggle, Liz. What do you want here?
You're absolutely right.
Meanwhile, I pictured Doc at St. Lisa's reception's desk being like, anybody ever coming back? Like, where is everybody?
Right. Oh, yeah. He's having the time of his life.
The whole time I was watching it, I just remember thinking, why won't they just fucking pick a spot and sit somewhere? Because most of the time they were like standing in the middle of it. And I feel like I would just be so annoyed if I was like trying to maneuver my.
Can you imagine? That is great. Can you imagine? You're like checking for books, and you're like, the thing is about the sister. The sister didn't mean to be a whore, and you're like, well, and then you're trying to find hidden passions, and you're like, well.
Yeah, you're in the book cafe just trying to find a nice book to read. And these fucking people are just standing in the middle of the fucking book cafe having this weird conversation.
Do you all have any chocolate-covered pomegranate seeds?
Yeah. The way my stomach is
growling. Into a chocolate bar and people would fucking love it.
Send me one, girl. I want. That sounds so good.
I'm so sorry. It looks like you're having a very serious conversation.
I'm just picturing like someone going like, excuse me, trying to get through. And she's like, oh, it's her. She's the whore sister. And
that's the whore.
Yeah. It's you. Eve said she was here. TC just grabs her because he's violent. It's you, Liz. Is this your whore sister? Wait, I already know it is, and you were just gonna stand up for her. You didn't want me to hurt her, but I'm gonna kill kill her now.
I'm gonna give her
Oh,
a piece of
God.
my fist.
Meanwhile, all she wanted was a pomegranate chocolate bar.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and she's getting a piece of TC's mind instead.
The very small piece he could give.
What little bit he
Yeah.
can muster. So, they head
Eve
over to
also
the. They all
looks
head over to
like
the
Dr.
Bennett
Quinn
home.
medicine woman here in her cloak with her doctor bag.
And her hair. She has her
Yes.
little like tendrils
Look cool.
curled at the front.
She looked great.
They're like little thin tendrils of hair, and and she has it pulled back into the little pony, into a low pony. A low pony used to be my go-to style, like a low ponytail. Mhm.
I still do that
With
when
a-
I don't want to
with
put
a
effort into
swoop.
going for her.
With a nice little swoop and a low ponytail. So anyway, what's going on here? They all head over to the Bennett home. Liz tries to, well, she just does the same thing she always does to Eve, which is taunt her. And and Eve is like, I don't have time for this. Like, shut up.
The main thing from the crossover from the book cafe over to the Bennett house is that Liz talks to Julian.
Yes,
That's the
Liz talks to
main
Julian.
crux.
So there's two things with Julian that were important. Eve says to Julian that she's gonna have to find the heart to forgive him if she wants TC to forgive her.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yes.
And then Liz basically tells Julian, "Jig is up, buddy. I figured it out. You must be Eve's lover, and I'm gonna get revenge on her and you." And he's like, "Me? What did I do?"
Well, and it makes no, like, I think Michelle mentioned this earlier, is it makes no sense because then she's like, I'm mad at you too. But then it starts with Julian. You do not hear what she just told you. She said it starts with Julian, and Julian's like, I'm the one that did this. It's me. And she's like, no, both of you, because you took her away from me.
Yeah.
And it's like, then did you not hear what you just said? He took her away from you. But that's not, it's, everybody gets up. Yeah.
She has held this anger against Eve for the last 20 something years, and she's not willing to let it go. Sometimes you get very comfortable holding on to a grudge, I know I've held grudges that sometimes it's hard to let go of that grudge, even if you know it's wrong. It's just like, feelings are complicated. Feelings are complicated.
I mean, like for me, like with my mom, I've said time and time again, like my mom was my grace. It got to a point where like there was not a conversation with my mom that didn't end up in an argument, even like into adulthood. So my mom, now has dementia. So now like I say it like I say it jokingly, but it's true. Dementia made my mom nice to me. But like sometimes if I'm like sitting in my own thoughts and I think about like the shit I went through with her as a kid, I get mad again and I'm like, oh, you can't be mad at her because that version of her doesn't exist. So I get where like it's hard to like pull away from. You can't always control your feelings. You just have to try to like kind of like move on day to day.
Yeah.
But Liz, she just does not have the interest in moving on. I feel like sometimes you see like she might want to when her and Eve have like a minute alone and Eve tries to like talk to her, but then when she realizes that Eve doesn't want the secrets to come out, she gets mad again.
Yeah 100%. So Liz is out for revenge now against Julian and Eve. Anything to add here? I bet that's basically everything I have.
I just don't understand what she thinks she's gonna do to Julian. Like, what is your game plan?
I think maybe because she knows how much TC hates Julian, right? So I think she could definitely come up with. I mean, just exposing Eve by virtue of exposing Eve, and if she knows who the lover is, and the lover is Julian, it just makes
TC would go after him.
The secret that much worse, 10 times worse. And TC would go after Julian. Now, the problem with that is that TC also would end up getting in trouble, right?
Yeah.
So if she would end up getting revenge on Eve and Julian, but also TC would have to be collateral damage in that. And I don't know if that's something that she's comfortable with right?
No, she wants to see for herself.
Yeah, for whatever reason. It's because she wants to be Eve. It's weird. She's weird.
Honestly, if TC wasn't her husband, I do not think she would have any interest in him. Like, she'd probably still be sniffing around Antonio.
I think
The
you're right.
biggest thing is she wants to take Eve's husband. That is it. She just wants to take her girls from her. She wants to take the house from her, which, as you've said, I don't know how she can do that. Eve is clearly paying for that friggin' house. She just whatever is Eve, she wants for herself.
Yeah, she wants to destroy Eve. She wants to skin Eve and wear her skin, right? Like, she wants to be her.
You know what sounds better than being with TC? Is having a sedative or something to quiet your nerves.
I love it.
That's my pitch. That's my pitch to hear the sound.
Sedative is something to quiet your nerves.
Good. It's not an Eric episode unless we hear sedative.
I love it. I'm
He
glad you like
is
your
the
shirt.
sedative because when he walks in, I'm just like ready to fucking take a nap. He's just so boring now.
Wait, who?
TC.
TC.
Yeah.
He is the sedative because he's just so boring now.
Yeah.
Him and Antonio. Although Antonio just staring up, blinking, was more entertaining than TC.
Oh my God. Oh my God. That's so true. Actually, we're about to. Do y'all have anything to add to this? Because I'm ready to move into Shawise.
Okay.
That is the perfect segue into Shawise. Yeah. So let's pick it up. Sheridan is crying over Antonio's comatose body, but yes, his eyes are wide open. And I have been watching this show, which Eric has also watched, Palm Royale. I've been watching Palm Royale, and there's Norma Delacourt, there's a character in the show who also is like basically comatose, but her eyes are wide open. They call it a twilight stupor. And I was like, oh my God, when he opened his eyes, I was like, he's in a twilight stupor.
And let me tell you, it's funny because it's Carol Burnett. Like, she cannot move and she's still acting the shit out of it in her 90s. And she's just moving her eyes or like very loosely her mouth. Like, it's very little and she's doing so much. And that's the legend that is Carol Burnett.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, Antonio's in a twilight stupor with his eyes wide open. And with eyes wide open.
That's the first concert I ever saw was Creed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My brother wanted to do one last thing with me before my nephew was born. He wanted to do a brother thing. And they just happened to, we lived in South Texas. Not a lot of people came down there. So it was Creed or nothing, but we had a good time.
It was Creed or nothing.
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so Sheridan's like crying over his body, but she reaffirms that she's gonna stick with her wedding vows, and she says that she'll stay by his side forever, for better or for worse, through sickness and health, till death do us part. She starts crying over his body. Bitch, get an annulment. I'm sick of you.
I mean, could you imagine though if like he could actually hear everything they're saying and like her whole speech is, I love your brother, but I had to turn him away because I'm stuck with your ass. And he's just like,
honestly, yeah, you all have said this several times, but it would have been a more interesting storyline if he really did know. Like, if he knew.
And woke up ready for fucking revenge.
Yeah, like he just was a leech or a barnacle on this woman, and just was like, I'm gonna you're forced with me, and I'm gonna pretend that I don't know.
And
it's the same thing with Simone. What Simone's doing.
I do know at a certain point he knows that about them. He finds out about them. I don't know when that happens. I don't remember. I do not recall. However, I would be okay if he did hear everything that everybody's been saying to him while he's been in his coma. That would be very interesting. I would love that. And then he woke up and we saw that he knew, but nobody else knew that he knew. That could be very, very interesting. Lots of fun. I doubt very seriously that that's where this is going.
Nope.
I doubt very seriously that's where this is going. But so anyway, she's crying. And then Pilar comes in and she tells Pilar that she has let she let Luis go. And so that he can move on with his life and get married and have children. And she says that she believes that she destroyed Antonio's life. She says, I've destroyed Antonio's life by being in it. I don't want to destroy Luis's by continuing to be in it. I had to let him go. I had to. He's free to be with Beth now. He does not want Beth.
Why does everyone think it's Sheridan, Beth, or die alone? That's what I don't get.
I don't like everybody making decisions for Luis. I don't like that. He should get the chance to decide if he wants to be with Sheridan and keep continuing to because what he was saying to her last week was like, I'm being friends with you is better than being with any other woman. If I only get to be friends with you for the rest of my life, I'm okay with that because it's better than having a life with any other woman. I mean, let the man yearn. Let the man long. I think yearning is a lost art. I do. So I think we should I love a yearner. But everybody has decided that Luis should be with Beth. Everybody except for Luis.
Yeah.
So Beth's mom.
Yeah, that's true. And Beth's mom is on the right side of this actually for once. So Luis, let's talk about Luis. Luis goes over to Beth's house. And I wrote, Luis arrives at Beth's house and tries to discuss something important, but Beth is preoccupied with her mother. Oh, yeah, of course, because she just got her mom home, and her mom's like, Edna had 2 heart attacks and a stroke and went home the next fucking day. This hospital, she must have horrible insurance. They kicked her right out. They were like, girl, we do not take Medicare in here. Get out. Get out.
And she has a little bit of indicating of like a stroke, so she's talking.
Yeah, she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's slurring her words. She's her speech is a little labored. So
throughout the week it loosens up a little bit, but she does a really good job of letting it taper off.
Yeah, but Edna had 2 heart attacks and a stroke, and they sent her home within hours of the events. And so Beth is like dealing with her mom and getting her settled in, and Edna tries to tell Luis about what happened at the hospital. I think, is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She's trying to warn him about Beth. Yeah. She's like, she's trying to kill me. Like this is bad.
Yeah. But Beth, of course, interrupts, and she, of course, subtly threatens her mother, like, shut up, bitch, or I'll kill you. And so then there's conversation about like the medication, about the vials being so similar, and they're setting us up for some sort of like,
this shot could kill someone.
Yeah, like this medication is so dangerous, and so there's a lot of talk about the medication that Edna's on and how it needs to be like administered correctly, as apparently all the medicine in this in this show has like a very specific type of way you need to administer it, which I mean, it's a shot. She has to do like a syringe for this, so so whatever. Luis, where are we with Luis? Oh, Luis tells Beth that he tells Beth about his conversation with Sheridan, right? And that Sheridan's determined to honor her vows, and that he can't be together with Sheridan, and that Sheridan wants him to move on and find someone else and start a family. My issue with this conversation, my issue with Luis even coming over here and doing this and having this conversation with Beth, is he does not want to be with Beth. He has said this more than once. He has said it more than once. I don't want to be with Beth. And honestly, I personally feel like there's just too much baggage there. It's uncomfortable. I mean, I guess she's like I guess he feels like he owes it to her at this point.
Yeah, I do think it just feels straight up like an obligation. It's just like, out of respect, I should be with you because of what you've done for me. Basically.
I mean, he says it himself. He's like, I feel like I've just gone back and forth with you. I hate this. Like, you can tell he feels guilty for like the amount of time he said, I'll marry you. I don't want to marry you. I'll marry you. fuck you, I got Sheridan. Like, it's been such back and forth. So, like, but at the same time, he also feels like also a bit fed up with it, where he's just kind of ready to stop trying with Beth now because he knows he's never going to love her.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he does love Beth. I want to be clear. I believe that he loves Beth. He just doesn't love her passionately, right? I think he loves her similarly to how he loves Teresa, like a sister.
Yeah,
I think it's more. I think it's more sibling type situation, or even like a cousin or something. Then he loves her like a cousin.
Kissing cousins.
Ever heard of kissing cousins? I think that's what it is. I think he does love her. He just doesn't love her passionately or even truly romantically. I think that's what's has happened here. I think there was a time
I just think he's more comfortable with her.
Yeah, she's an easy fallback.
Yeah.
She's an easy fallback, unfortunately. And she's okay with that. She's happy to be that. So, yes, he tells her about how Sheridan has told him to move on with his life, find somebody else. She then praises Sheridan as being so selfless. She's like, that is just the most noble thing I've ever heard. I've always admired Sheridan, but this selflessness, the sacrifice, it just makes me respect her even more. She puts on a good show.
Yeah.
And then Louise gives her she's so good at playing Louise, because Louise gives her the exact response that she was looking for, right? Beth, you're amazing. You're amazing.
No one would put up with this shit but you.
Yeah. Knowing that I'm in love with Sheridan, most women would be jealous and angry, and you've just been so supportive and wonderful through all of this. So here's the thing. He's saying, like, you're amazing, but don't you find that odd, Louise? You don't find it strange? You don't find it weird?
She just takes it. She just takes all of that.
I don't know. It would, I feel like it would just turn me off. Like if a man, say I was in love, let's do this thought experiment. Me and Trevor Noah, deeply in love, deeply in love, but something happens to Trevor Noah and I can't be with him. He's like, oh man, we can't be together. Unfortunately, I have to go back to South Africa and I'm never coming back and we can't be together for whatever reason. And then let's say, I don't know, give me a name, throw a name. Oh, I love an improv situation. Give me a name. Channing Tatum. Okay, that's fine. Channing Tatum is like, I've always loved you, LeTara. I've always loved you, LeTara. And you can be with me, and I know that you love Trevor Noah, but I'm willing to accept just the bare minimum from you. I would be disgusted. I'm sorry. Even if it is Channing Tatum, which I don't find him that attractive. So, however y'all feel about that, feel how you feel.
My second choice was Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I didn't want to answer because I would have picked somebody old timey. I would have been like Herb Edelman. Stan from the Golden Girls.
Herb Edelman. Is that his name?
Yeah. That's why I didn't want to go. I was like, let's let the ladies pick.
I know. I love some old timey. I love some old timey dick though. Cary Grant, Paul Newman. Are you kidding me? Oh my, Paul Newman.
Charles Nelson Riley.
God. What'd you say?
Charles Nelson Riley. Just trying to pick old names.
Oh,
Mickey Rooney.
Oh, Mickey Rooney. No. Not Mickey Rooney. But Clark
Ben
Gable.
Masters. There you go.
Clark Gable, honey. Oh my God. Rock Hudson. I know I'm saying all the gay ones, but I do have a type.
I don't know what it says about me, but when I was 16, I had a crush on Richard Gilmore, the granddad in Gilmore Girls.
You know what? That's valid. I think it's valid. Richard was really, he was a provider. He was rich. He wasn't mean. He and Emily got along swimmingly. Yeah.
He pulled off a silver-haired fox look to me. I don't know. I was a really weird kid.
Y'all want to hear my hear me out? You want to hear my real hear me out?
Okay, let's hear it.
Bob Barker. You remember Bob Barker from Price is Right?
You wanted to get your pet spayed and neutered?
I just wanted I wanted a brand new car. He
wants to spin your wheel.
I just thought he was just so handsome, even as and he was old my entire life. Like there was never a time when Bob Barker was like young and I saw him on TV. Yeah. No. All right. So where are we, people? Where are we with this? Anybody remember?
He's gonna spin your wheel. That's the last thing I remember.
Bob Barker.
Oh my God. No, back to passions. So
okay.
Oh yeah, they're having this conversation, and they begin having the same old tired conversation about the future and what's gonna happen, and you're saying that you want to be with me now, but Sheridan might change your mind, and mom, back and forth, and then a nurse shows up, a nosy nurse. We love a nurse. I love a nosy nurse on
Mildred.
Mildred shows up.
She was awkward though.
She was.
She said some weird stuff too.
She walked in. She just walks in. She goes, "I'm Mildred," and then she's like, "I'm not tired. I'm gonna put you to bed." Okay,
yeah,
that's a little weird. I think they should have the right.
She walked in owning the place.
Yeah. So Mildred comes in, and she is introduced to Edna, and she goes in there, and Edna spills everything to this.
My daughter is trying to kill me.
Keep going. Do the whole thing.
She's trying to kill me at the hospital. Oh, you have no idea. And she's about to kill Sheridan Green.
Mm-hmm. She's trying to tear
basically,
Sheridan and Louise
that's pretty
apart.
much the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then Mildred's just like, so cute.
Well,
deal with this shit all the time.
Mildred hears it and goes out to say that to Louise and Beth. She's like, we have to talk. Your mother is saying all of these crazy things, and
I think she has mental issues.
Yeah, basically. She's trying to kill me. So I actually have this clip because it was pretty good.
I'm sorry, but it's my professional duty to report what your mother has said. This is very serious.
It is over, little Missy. You're going to be put away for attempted murder.
I'm extremely concerned about your mother's mental state. I mean, clearly she's under stress and anxiety, no doubt due to her heart condition, but unfortunately, it's distorted her perception of reality. I mean, imagine thinking that your own daughter is trying to kill you. The poor dear.
Mildred, this is true. I'm not imagining anything.
Now, Mrs. Wallace, there is nothing to be ashamed of. Oftentimes, patients just out of the hospital experience short episodes of delusion and paranoia. This is sure to pass in time.
I couldn't make this stuff up. She's trying to kill me.
Oh, on the contrary, your daughter is trying to help you. No, what you are experiencing is the subconscious fear that if your daughter marries this young man here, you will lose her as your one.
Are you a psychiatrist?
And that's why your mind has made up these terrible accusations.
Oh, that makes sense. No, please, Louise, you have got to believe me here. My daughter.
How would that make sense?
There is no need to use such language.
No, she tried to kill me before, and she sure is like hell gonna try and kill me again now.
Mrs. Wallace, just calm down. All right, look, you have nothing to worry about. Mrs. Wallace, look, no matter what happens between me and Beth, she is not going to abandon you. I know that for a fact because of how much she loves you. I've never seen a more loving daughter.
I can't help it. I love her so much.
Oh, you do not! You hate me!
How can you say that? It hurts me to hear her talk like that about me. Oh, don't worry, dear. Hurts like your windows really aren't all that uncommon. They're sure to pass in time.
Please, somebody listen to me. I'm telling the truth.
I've got to go out and get some supplies. Of course. As soon as I have a chance, I'll stop by the hospital and pick up some medication for the paranoia.
A sedative, perhaps?
No, please, please, please don't go. Just try and let kill me. She's trying to kill me.
I mean,
I had sympathy for her this week. I couldn't help it.
I did too. But
I normally I'm like, fuck Edna, but this week I was like,
the stakes are so high.
And she does the actress did such a good job.
Yes.
She made me believe her, and she made me feel for her, and Edna is completely vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right. And I think the reason that I can now feel somewhat sympathetic towards her is because she finally is doing what she said she would do. I have often railed against Edna for being like, I'm gonna tell on you, Missy, and then doing nothing. And this week, she finally is doing what I would like her to be doing, right? Like, yes, girl, expose it. And nobody believes her. And how awful does it feel to not be believed? And then to be treated like you are like losing your mind and be gaslit like this by everybody around you. And also, not for nothing, that Luis, you are a police officer. You are a police officer. Maybe do some investigation into it. She seems very upset.
No,
This nurse saying, well, people often have bouts of paranoia and delusions when they leave the hospital. No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't. And Edna has no history of like mental illness. Edna has no history of like lying about things. This is new for Edna. She has never done anything like this before, right? Nobody's ever heard her say a bad word about Beth, right? And then maybe that's why it makes it harder for people to believe. Maybe that's, part of it. However, I personally, if I saw that happening, I would definitely be unsettled by it. It would, I don't think I would just walk away from this old lady.
Legally, she technically shouldn't have been able to. She's a mandated reporter. And so legally, she has to tell someone.
She is a mandated reporter, which is why I think she's saying she has to tell somebody that. But see, what she's going to do is, and she said it basically, is that she thinks that it's just delusions, right? So she will report it, but she will also report it with a caveat of, I believe that these are just delusions or whatever, and it might not ever even get investigated, especially considering there was a cop right there who didn't do anything, right?
The only thing Edna suffers from is being incontinent. Once I laughed too hard and I had a little accident. I wrote down this note because it just made me laugh because she did call Beth. She's a cold-hearted bitch. Look into her eyes. Oh, she's been telling lies.
She's a cold-hearted bitch. She says my daughter is a cold-hearted bitch. That was a good one. I was like, that could be the episode title for this half too. I don't know. But yeah. Yeah, I feel sympathy for. I actually feel sympathy for Edna this week, because Beth also is escalating, right? Like to a very, very dangerous.
We're at crazy Beth.
Yeah,
we've been at crazy Beth, but this is attempted murder. Crazy Beth is coming, so
yeah. So Luis leaves. Luis leaves Edna alone with her abuser. He's like, I'm gonna just leave you alone, and so that y'all can like work this out or whatever, and maybe you can calm your mom down. And yeah, his excellent cop instincts lead him right out the door. So, and Beth immediately prepares to kill her mother. She takes a syringe, she fills it full of this medicine that they had been talking about earlier that was so potent that if you give it in the wrong dose, it could kill her. And she threatens her with the syringe like she's going to kill her. But then the nurse comes back because you see she said she had to leave to get some supplies or whatever. She comes back. But Beth very quickly sends her out again for like some groceries, so like a couple of groceries, some things that she said she needed. So then Bennett, I said Bedna. Then Beth gets back to the business of killing her mama.
Yeah.
She gets right back to it. Edna pleads with her daughter for her life, and then she reasons with her saying, I'm not the one who's standing in between you and Luis. Sheridan is. Killing me isn't going to change that. I mean, even if I'm dead, Sheridan is always going to be in the way. And Beth's like, I hadn't thought about that. You're right, mother. But actually she says, well, Sheridan's not going to be a problem because she let Luis go. But then Edna says, well, maybe Sheridan did tell Luis to take a hike, and maybe she meant it at the time, but just let her spend a few weeks alone together with a man to keep her without a man, sorry. But just let her spend a few weeks alone together without a man to keep her bed warm at night. And honey, she is going to be changing another tune. It must have been singing.
Oh,
Sing another tune.
Do you have the other part?
She says, oh, yes, she's going to be, you know what? You say it. You say it in your Edna voice.
I know how a woman's mind works and what her body needs, and Sheridan's not going to remain faithful to Antonio. It is too damn hard. Or, in Antonio's case, not hard at all.
Ah! Wait.
I laughed so hard at.
Yeah, that was so funny. Antonio.
But she basically inadvertently makes Beth go, I need to kill Sheridan.
Yeah, because she says, how many times has Sheridan gone back and forth about leaving Luis, right? And nothing has really
She's still part of the
changed.
equation.
Mm-hmm.
She's still an option.
So she says, so killing me is not going to help you keep Luis, not while Sheridan is still around. And so this sets Beth's wheels a spinning, and Sheridan arrives at her home alone. I couldn't for the life of me understand what the fuck led Sheridan to leave Antonio and go to Beth's house to have the dumbest fucking possible conversation.
Just the night before, Beth was calling her a selfish bitch. And now she's like confiding in her like they're the best of friends.
Yeah, it is weird that they keep going back and forth between Sheridan knowing that Beth is awful to Sheridan not knowing that she is. Or just kind of dumbing her down and being like, nah, she's not a big threat. Like,
yeah. So Beth Sheridan knocks on the door. Beth lets her in. And, but before that, she says, as long as Sheridan's alive, she's a threat to my being with Luis. She could change her mind at any minute and just want him back. And I mean, that's true. That's so true.
Yeah.
Because she has changed her mind over and over again, back and forth and back and forth. So, I mean, the logic is sound. The logic is sound. I'm not saying you should murder her. I'm just saying that, yeah, as long as she's around, she's a threat. So, Sheridan comes in, says she needs to talk to Beth about Luis. Edna tries to stop Beth from hurting Sheridan, but of course Beth threatens her mother, saying, you try to stop me and Sheridan won't be the only dead person around here, something like that, right?
Because that's not suspicious. Two dead bodies in your house.
Where's your mom and where's Sheridan?
She's not thinking well. So then Sheridan and Beth sit down to have this conversation, and I'm pretty sure I have.
That's the best part of this whole thing.
Yeah, I have the clip. Now, I don't think I have the attack. I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll see where this clip ends. I can't remember.
You really don't even need it, honestly.
No, you don't.
It's just a dream. But really the best part, Eric's right, the best part is Beth, because she's just making all these little comments that are like little digs that she's wording as being super sweet, and Sharon's face just changes like, oh, yeah, great, you fucking bitch.
I think that's why I pulled this conversation, because I like how Beth is like lying through her teeth about Luis. So here we go.
Sheridan, please have a seat. What did you want to say about Luis? Well, I have to ask. Has Luis been to see you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was here. He told me that you set him free. I did. You were right to tell me to do it. It was the only fair thing for Luis. Well, I think you did the right thing. You know, I was pretty forceful. I told him that he was only hurting me by sticking around and reminding me of what we once had together. I told him that he was free to start a new life, to find someone else to love, to marry, to have children. Well, I think that that's best for everyone. I know it is. But you know, it's still the hardest thing that I have ever had to do. I mean, it killed me to see how much I hurt Luis because I never meant to. That's why I have to ask. Was he really upset when he came by here? No, not really. He seemed really, from what you told him, almost happy. He came over, he said he wanted to talk about our future, and I had just brought Mother home from the hospital, so he said he was going to come back later on. He was happy? Well, like I said, he was relieved. Almost like you had lifted this huge burden off his shoulders. Really? Yeah, really. Why, are you having second thoughts about what you told him? No, I want Luis to move on. I want him to be happy. Good, because I intend to make sure that Luis and I live happily ever after. You shouldn't worry, Sheridan. I can make Luis happy. Happier than he's ever been. I did it, you know, before you came into his life, and then I did it when we thought you were dead. But then you weren't really dead. No, I was very much alive. Well, as long as you're sincere and you really plan to be true to Antonio and stay out of our lives, I think that Luis and I could be very happy. I can be true to Antonio. I just hope Luis can be content.
Now, I have a question for y'all.
I love these lines coming up.
At what point do we slip into the fantasy? I think that was Sheridan. I don't think that was fantasy.
No, that's not fantasy. I thought that was Sheridan.
Yeah.
I thought it was Sheridan.
I thought it was really Sheridan too, but then later on we find out that a portion of this is fantasy. But I think right here that was Sheridan. And I'm like, Sheridan, what is with the attitude? Why did you come over here?
I think it's right after, because Beth is going to make the statement, there's one way that you can be out of his life even more. It's right after that, because I know later on that statement is going to get
I think you're right, because when they pick back up, Sheridan's like, what do you mean, Beth? How can I be even more out of the picture? Yeah. Okay, so that is Sheridan. And like, what? So my earlier statement stands. What's with the fucking attitude, Sheridan? What is with the attitude?
Because she doesn't want to hear that Luis can be happy. And this is why I kind of stopped liking Sheridan as much, because she is very selfish when it comes to Luis. She'll say, I want him to move on. I want him to be happy. She does not. The attitude, Beth was like, nope, he's good. She was like, well,
you came to her house. You came to this lady's house to bother her after her mother has had 2 heart attacks and a stroke, to bother her about Luis, a man that you took from her 3 fucking times. Leave Beth alone. I'm sorry. Leave Beth alone. I'm sorry. I'm like sort of kind of with Beth. Stab that bitch. Oh my God. Stab her. Because that irritated me. I just hope that he can be content. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
And be so nasty to Beth about it.
I mean, these lines are
I mean, it was
very
funny, but it
cunty.
really does, yeah.
Yeah, it's very cunty. Yes. So, okay.
But it also shows how stupid she is because, again, she still doesn't pick up that it's a little bit odd that Beth, like, is. Like, she's rubbing her face in it very fucking clearly. Why do you still think Beth is your friend after this?
In my head, maybe this isn't what's actually happening, but in my head, Sheridan is picking up on it, and that's why she's being bitchy to Beth. She's like, oh, I don't think she's as nice as I actually thought she was. I think she's after Louise, and she's trying to keep us apart, and she's taking advantage of everything that's going on with Antonio.
Yeah.
Again, she has seen Beth be mean too. Like, it's not like it's not something she's not aware of.
Beth has been so mean
But she
to her.
always manages to write it off. She always manages to write it off and somehow say how understanding Beth is.
Yeah.
Like, like, for me, this scene was just her jealous.
I will say this. Beth, up until this point, Beth has not been mean to her. And it has just been since last night, because Beth started really baring her teeth at Sheridan last night, right? During all of the, like, Antonio stuff. About, like, giving him the drug and if he was going to stay in a coma and if she should, what she should do.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's happening here. All of Sheridan is thinking back to all of the times stuff happened, and she thought Beth was just trying to be helpful, be a friend. But she's realizing Beth was actually being deceptive and trying to play it so she could get Louise.
Yeah, I think that at this moment, Sheridan is at least beginning to get a clue, right?
Yeah. She's buying a vowel, like DJ would say.
Finally bought a vowel. Wrong vowel, but she bought one.
And you really plan to be true to Antonio and stay out of our lives, I think that Luis and I could be very happy.
I can be true to Antonio. I just hope Luis can be content.
He loves me too. And you're not the only woman in this world that can make him happy.
I hope I'm not. It's just that I've tried to send him away so many times since Antonio and I came back to Harmony, but he always comes back to me. Yes, he has. But he won't this time. I promise.
So at that point, I'm saying that they're not in the fantasy yet, because after
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Edna yells and interrupts the conversation, and she just starts yelling not to listen to. Don't listen to Beth. Don't listen to her. She's trying to kill you, Sheridan. Like, she's like yelling from her room, and so Beth, of course, goes to her mother, shuts her up, tells her that there's enough in this syringe to kill you and Sheridan. I got enough for both. Yeah. There's enough to go around. And so her mom, like, that kind of sedates her, for lack of a better word, for a little bit. And then she goes back to continue her conversation with Sheridan. And she tells Sheridan that her mom is just hallucinating because of the medication she's on. And then she reiterates that as long as Sheridan stays out of the picture, then she and Luis will be very happy together. And Sheridan says, how much more out of the picture can I get? And I think this is where the fantasy starts. But when she said, how much more out of the picture can I get? My note was, let's start with you getting out of my house. Because what are you here with this attitude for?
That's not,
I didn't like it one bit. Oh, I've tried since me and Antonio came back to town, but no matter how many times I send him away, he just keeps coming back. He just keeps coming back to lick my toes. Like,
I feel like she's simplifying it.
Hey, I didn't bring up the feet stuff. You did.
What'd you say, Michelle?
Sheridan's definitely simplifying it way too much, though, because there were plenty of times where Luis was kind of just like, you know what, I'm fed up, I'm done, I don't want to keep doing this, I will be loyal to Beth. And Sheridan fucking loses it and goes running over to his house and has sex with him and says, let's elope. Like,
Yeah,
you're running back to Sheridan. You could just stop fucking talking to him. That might help.
Well, actually, Sheridan is writing revisionist history because actually Sheridan has been telling Luis over and over again, like, no, I want to be with you. I want to be with you, hanging on to him. He keeps leaving her and she keeps running around town crying about it. And she keeps going to get him back. She is the one that keeps going back to Luis. It's not Luis going back to her. It is every single time he's like, you know what? I can't live like this. I can't do this. And then he always is like, you've made your choice, Sheridan. And then she cries. That's what happens every time. So yeah, you're right. It is actually that Sheridan keeps going back to Luis, not the other way around. But then we get this very dark fantasy where Beth stabs Sheridan with that syringe and kills her. She murders her. She laughs. She thinks it's hilarious. Yeah, she says, you're going to die and I'll never have to worry about Luis going back to you ever again. But it looked like it could have been real. And if I didn't already know how this went, I might have believed that, how that happened.
For just a millisecond, I thought, oh, here we go. That's the pit. But no, it's, I was like, nah, this is too fast. It's too fast.
Yeah.
Honestly, it got me too. I thought that, like, I was thinking, oh, I thought it was a fake out, but I thought it was she actually stabbed her. The nurse would come in and, like, she'd wake up and like, oh, she fell and hit her head. I don't know what happened. Like something stupid like that.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't real. And it wasn't real. And then Sheridan has to leave. But then she comes back. I can't remember. Does Sheridan leave because Edna's like screaming and yelling about Beth?
She does. So I will say that prior to the fake out, I do think Edna saved Sheridan because she was doing the it was a real, I'm gonna stab her.
Oh yeah,
so
I know
Edna
what it was.
did be like, she was like, Sheridan, you need to leave, or like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what she
Sheridan got
says.
a phone call. That's what it was.
Okay.
Sheridan got a phone
about
call.
the Crane Foundation.
Yeah,
there we go.
Foundation.
She needed to go home.
That's why she had to leave.
Edna did save Sheridan at some point because that's what made Beth go back in there and tell her to shut up. And that was what you were saying about there's enough in here for two of you.
Yeah. So Sheridan gets a phone call about the Crane Foundation. She's like, I'm sorry, I have to leave. I have some work to do on New Year's Day. And because that's what it is. It's New Year's Day.
Yeah.
And so she leaves. But then she has to come back. And when she comes back, because she says she left her phone or her keys. I can't remember.
Keys.
Yeah. She comes back and Edna takes the opportunity because Beth has gone somewhere else in the house, is elsewhere in the house. And she sees that Sheridan has come back because actually Edna was about to call Sheridan, was going to try to call her and tell her and try to warn her. But Sheridan comes right back in and Edna tells her that my daughter is not the sweet, innocent thing that you think she is. She is evil, and she's trying to kill me, and she's trying to kill you. She does not want you and Luis together. She is trying to kill you. And Sheridan takes this information, but I think, does Beth come back and explains that like it was
the nurse does.
Oh yeah.
So she comes in and she slaps Beth. Which, you bitch, you're in my house. Like, there are no witnesses. I'll kill you for real now. But she slaps Beth, and like Sheridan tries to explain.
Whoa! Sheridan slapped Beth. I didn't see that.
Wait, I watched one ahead. Did I miss it?
Yeah, no, I didn't see it.
Erase this. I watched one ahead.
That was a preview in the coming up next. I saw that image.
Okay, because.
Sorry, I watched one ahead on accident.
Okay, so actually she doesn't leave after that, right?
And I was confused because I thought you were saying the nurse slapped Beth. And I was like, I did not see that.
I was like, I didn't see that at all.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, what? So that's where we ended with where Beth and Sheridan and is what's going on at Beth's house right now. The very, very, very last thing we have to talk about is that Hank and Luis are playing basketball, and they're shirtless at the youth center, and I loved it, and I did clip it, and it will be our final clip. Because watching Luis and Hank together through the lens of like Hank is in love with Luis, it changes it. It changes it. It makes it so much more enjoyable. He's like, no, I don't want you to be with the love of your life. Like, if I have to be miserable, so do you, kind of thing. Like, we're gonna watch it. I made like a heated rivalry. All the things she said, a little edit for this. With this video, it's not good, but I did post it on the TikTok and in the Discord. So anyway, Hank and Luis are playing basketball. Let's watch this final clip together, friends.
You with Sheridan?
It's for the best.
Acting like Sheridan is dead is for the best? Come on, Hank.
Look, buddy, we both know that she's not dead. She's gonna live a long life, and probably so is Antonio. Even if it is in a coma.
What kind of
It's no life at all, but that's the way it is. They're gonna have to accept it. Sheridan is gonna stay true to her wedding vows. True to your brother.
Why does it have to be this way?
And then he misses.
Sheridan wants you to have a happy and full life.
Yeah, without her.
With me.
Luis.
Yeah.
You want the white picket fence, the nice house, kids you can try and teach layups to. You can't have all that without a woman in your life. Sheridan knows this. She wants you to be with someone who can give you the things that she can't.
Beth.
I think Sheridan's right. I think Beth is the one that can make you happy.
Again, like I said,
the clip
had
just a little.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, watching that through the lens of like Hank is in love with Luis, and so it's like, yeah, he's saying, oh, you should be with Beth, but maybe he's hoping that, okay, you if you can't be with Sheridan, you should be with me. You should be with me. Yeah, he's like, you should accept it the way I've accepted that we'll never be together.
Pilar would act if Luis was gay, because she's a good mom, but but the show's also very religious.
I think she'd be cool with it.
I think Pilar would be okay with it.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but I actually do think she'd be okay with it.
I think she would be too.
I personally could see her like struggling a little bit and then becoming okay with it when she sees how in love and happy they are.
Yeah. I think she's definitely a mother who would come around to it pretty quickly.
Light another candle.
Like, yeah, yeah, she would come around to it pretty quickly. And yeah, so we made it to we've done before 6. I said 5, but
hey, for me in my time zone, you did it. 4:59.
Great.
It's 4:59.
She didn't specify Eastern, Central,
Eastern
Mountain,
Standard Time.
Pacific.
Actually,
I did not. All right, y'all. So that's gonna be it for the episode. Y'all have anything to add before we wrap up? Nope.
Nope. I think we set it up.
Good. All right, Eric, where can people find you? Oh, did you have something to add?
I was just gonna say, I hope you get a snack that you're gonna get.
My snacks are here, ready.
That's why we're here. This is
you get donuts.
I got Debbie cakes.
Oh, little Debbie.
Yes.
I always love whenever it's Christmas time and they show the Christmas one coming around and everybody's getting excited about
the little Christmas
one.
trees.
The Christmas tree.
Oh.
No, I'm happy. I miss doing this. I'm happy to be on another one, and it's been great. I haven't seen 4 on in a while, so it was nice to be part
I like
of
it when we have 4. I'm gonna see if I can get a few more with 4. I like it when we have 4 because 1, there's just like more people to kind of carry the load, and 2, it's easier to edit.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because it's an even thing, and so I don't have to worry about like cropping and moving stuff. So
yeah, but I'm on the Discord, and please join us. I'm excited. We have a watch party coming up soon, and this is going to happen way after it. But I'm excited for.
But you know what? There's always a watch party coming up.
Yeah,
that's the thing. You can always say that there's always a watch party coming up. So we do have one tomorrow. So I'll hopefully see you lovely people again tomorrow morning or tomorrow night. Not in the morning. Tomorrow night.
Watch party at 10 a.m.
Yeah. 7 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah. I sent y'all a Teams link. It's actually a Teams.
Oh, God. Now I'm having PTSD from work. Next, we're gonna hear the sound of the Outlook notification. You have a new email.
I know. I'm so sorry. I kept trying to turn that stupid thing off.
Inspires more dread in me than the I am sound. The sound of the I am. I'm like, no. What do you want?
I hate the Teams when you're getting a call on Teams. That one is the worst for me, I think.
Oh, that was the same for me because my last boss, she used to like to work from home, right? And then she wouldn't do shit all damn day. And then the last half hour, when I'm like just got done working a buttload of shit she had done, she fucking harassed me to make it look like she's I hated her so much. She was a horrible boss. Horrible. Like, she was so bad, she wouldn't do an exit interview, and her goodbye to me was hugging me saying, now, if anyone's mean to you, you can be like, I had Tina as a boss. You can't hurt my feelings. I'm just sitting there like, yeah.
Anybody.
A bitch of a boss is not a flex.
Anybody who does work on the last 2 to 3 hours on a Friday, I hate you. I hate you.
Not 3 hours, my God.
No, you don't. No, that's not enough. No, it's over.
The last
after
hour and a
2
half,
to 3
I
o'clock
check out.
on a Friday, or anybody who's like, do you want to meet on Friday at 3? No, nobody does. What is your problem?
Someone asked me if I could interview them at 3:30. Ma'am,
no.
I check out at 3. Oh, absolutely, because you won't get the job. I will not give you the job specifically for the time you picked.
Fridays and Mondays, no. I need to wake up and I need to leave.
That is hilarious. Yeah, no, I'm pretty much done with my work day every day by 3 o'clock. I don't get off till 5:30, but 3 o'clock rolls around, I'm pretty much like, well, I'm calling it on doing work today. And that can be, even if I'm in the office, I'll be like not doing anything.
Yeah. I have to shut my door after 3 so people don't know if I'm there or not. And then I decide in my mood whether I'm going to ask, because I'm HR in a nursing home. So like around 2:30 is shift change. And then everyone wants to come to me. And spoiler alert, 95% of the times it could be a fucking email or it's something I already discussed with them. So like around 3, I just kind of shut my door. No one really knows if you're there or not. If I'm in a good mood, I might crack open and see who it is. But I will be honest. Luckily, no one at work watches this podcast. But there are times I've just like stopped typing when I heard that knock on the door and waited for the walk away.
I'd like to picture Teresa at Crane Industries going,
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, please. Yeah. Just wiggling pencils around and pushing.
Make it look at doing I got a crazy rubber dance thing going on.
I used to love doing that with my pencils.
Look what I could do.
All right, y'all.
I think everybody at Crane Industries is doing that. There ain't nobody doing anything. You know, hardest working person in Harmony is fucking Jessica Bennett.
Yeah, for sure.
Jessica's the only one who actually goes to her job and like consistently does it.
To be fair, we only assume she goes to her job because we never see her.
She shouldn't be working anyway. She's like 16, 17. Let her go to school.
You know, is she getting paid though? Because when Sheridan wanted to decorate Tabitha's house, Jessica was always there, but like she didn't offer up any money. It had to be all case babysitting money. Why did Jessica? Are they paying Jessica? Is this child labor?
I mean, I don't know, man. They probably don't.
This last little couplet was for Maria specifically. It just extended it. It was a little bumper because I said my goodbye. With that said, thank you. You can find me on the Discord.
Yes, Eric. People, you can find Eric on the Discord. You can find Karen on the Discord, and you can find Michelle where?
Facebook.
Well, say that again. You're breaking up, hon.
Oh, sorry. On Facebook and Discord.
On Facebook and Discord. You can find me on the Discord. Go over to patreon.com/passionspodcast. Sign up for whatever tier you find most agreeable. And with that,
you are my passion for life.